The sun used to paint our mornings golden, a warm embrace on shared skin. His hand always finding mine across the breakfast table. A silent promise, a gentle touch. Mark was my steady North Star, my safe harbor, my deepest confidant. We built dreams on whispered hopes and quiet laughter. Our future spread before us, a bright tapestry, woven with threads of endless affection. I loved him, then truly deeply. Without question, without doubt, he was my everything. Our world was small and perfect, contained within the orbit of our mutual devotion. Every day was a reaffirmation of our bond, a tender dance of two souls intertwined. We spoke of forever, a simple, beautiful word, heavy with meaning and genuine intent. Love felt effortless, a natural breath, a gentle rhythm that pulsed through our connected lives. His eyes held a universe of understanding, a kindness that seeped into my very being. I believed in us with an unwavering faith, a certainty that nothing could ever break. We were a unit, a seamless whole, a love story written in the stars and lived out in our humble home. The scent of his aftershave still evokes a phantom comfort, a ghostly echo of what once was. It was a time of pure joy, uncomplicated happiness, a peace that settled deep in my bones. We had plans, grand and small adventures imagined, and real children. A little house, a life lived full of shared moments. He was my anchor, my rock, my gentle giant. Always there, always true. I saw my reflection in his loving gaze. A woman cherished, desired, adored. It was a beautiful truth I shattered with my own hands. Then slowly, imperceptibly at first, a subtle shift began to ripple through the fabric of our existence. It was not an earthquake, but a slow erosion, like water wearing down stone. The routine that once felt safe now felt stifling. A comfortable blanket becoming a heavy shroud. The spark dimmed subtly, like a fading ember on a cold hearth. Conversations became shallower. The passionate whispers replaced by polite exchanges about the day, a yearning for something new. Something exciting began to fester deep within me, a silent craving. I felt a quiet discontent, a restless spirit stirring in my soul. Mark had not changed. He remained kind, loving, consistent. It was I who had changed. Or perhaps it was I who had forgotten how to appreciate the quiet beauty of steadfast love. A sense of incompleteness gnawed at me, a feeling that a piece of my life puzzle was missing. I blamed the mundane nature of daily life, the predictable rhythm of our shared days. I told myself it was not Mark's fault. Not really. It was an internal void, a hunger for a different kind of stimulation, a different kind of attention. The silence between us grew heavier, sometimes filled with unspoken thoughts, sometimes just empty. I started to look outside our bubble, outside our perfect world, for something I could not name. A dangerous curiosity, a silent rebellion against the stillness of my own heart. Then I met David. He was a whirlwind of energy, a vibrant contrast to Mark's calm demeanor. He worked in a different department, a charming smile, a quick wit. Our paths crossed at a company event, a casual introduction that felt loaded with unspoken electricity. He looked at me with an intensity that made my skin tingle, a gaze that seemed to peel back layers of my being. He saw something in me that Mark perhaps no longer noticed or expressed. In the same way, his attention was intoxicating, a powerful magnet, drawing me closer against my better judgment. He made me laugh, a different kind of laugh, a spontaneous, giddy sound I had almost forgotten. Flirtation started innocent. At first, just light banter, then bolder, with knowing glances and lingering touches. The thrill of being desired by someone new was like a potent drug, a heady rush of forbidden excitement. I told myself it was harmless, A momentary distraction, a pleasant diversion from the growing ennui. But the line blurred quickly, with every shared smile, every casual touch, every late-night message he made me feel seen, special, vibrant in a way I had not felt for too long. My heart raced every time his name appeared on my phone screen. A guilty pleasure, a dangerous secret. I started to crave his presence, his words, his validation, more than I cared to admit. Even to myself, the world with David felt sharper, brighter, more vivid. A stark contrast to the muted colors of my life with Mark. It was a dangerous game. I was playing one I knew would have consequences, yet I felt powerless to stop. The first step was a late-night coffee, a discussion about work that stretched into personal stories. Then another meeting under the guise of collaboration. Harmless, right, just friends or so. I desperately tried to convince myself, but the boundary was fluid, permeable, and my resolve weaker than I imagined. The physical closeness with David felt both exhilarating and wrong, a heady mix of desire and dread. The moment of crossing the line felt like a blur, a chaotic mix of adrenaline and despair, his lips on mine, a whisper of deceit, a whisper of scream of betrayal. It was in a small, dimly lit bar, a place far from our usual haunts, far from Mark's unsuspecting eyes. The touch of his hand, the warmth of his skin, the taste of his kiss. A stark realization of my transgression. A hollow victory, a fleeting pleasure immediately followed by an avalanche of guilt, so immense it threatened to crush me. My mind screamed, "No," even as my body gave in to the moment. It was a desperate attempt to feel something new, something intense, something different from the comfortable, familiar warmth of Mark. But it was a cold comfort, a momentary spark that ignited a firestorm of regret within me. The act itself was brief, but the impact was seismic. Shattering the foundations of my life, I felt. Dirty, cheap, unworthy of Mark's pure, unwavering love. My heart was a battleground of conflicting emotions, a tumultuous sea of shame, desire, and self-loathing. I hated myself in that moment for my weakness, for my selfishness, for my betrayal. It was a point of no return. A line, irrevocably crossed, and I knew deep down that nothing would ever be the same again. The lies began, small, innocent. At first, then they grew monstrous, consuming my days and haunting my nights. Explanations for late nights, for distant looks, for the phantom scent of another man on my clothes. Mark noticed a change in me, a subtle shift in my demeanor. But he trusted me implicitly, completely. His unquestioning faith was a fresh stab of guilt. Every single time the weight of the secret became immense, a constant companion, a suffocating blanket that I could not shake. Every touch from Mark, every tender kiss, every shared laugh felt like a fresh wound, a reminder of my deceit. My heart raced with every text, every call from David, a silent panic that someone would find out I was living a double life, a master of deception, an actress performing for the man I claimed to love. My days were a charade, my nights a battlefield of remorse and longing. I felt like a fractured person split into two irreconcilable halves. One half yearned for the thrill of the forbidden. The other half was drowning in shame and regret. The emotional distance between Mark and me widened with every new lie, every stolen moment with David. I saw the light dimming. In Mark's eyes, a subtle shadow of confusion and sadness. He asked if I was all right, if something was bothering me, and I lied again. A smooth, practiced falsehood. The guilt was relentless, yet the addiction to David's attention was strong, a toxic pull. I hated myself for the deceit, for the pain I was inflicting upon the kindest man I knew. I became adept at avoiding his gaze, at keeping my true emotions hidden deep beneath a veneer of normalcy. The air in our home became heavy with unspoken words, with the ghosts of my infidelity. I was destroying everything, beautiful, everything precious, everything we had built together, piece by agonizing piece. The discovery was inevitable, a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. It was a text message, a seemingly innocent exchange with David left, open on my phone. Mark saw it, a fleeting glimpse that was enough to shatter his world into a million irreparable fragments. His face went from gentle concern to utter devastation. In an instant, a transformation I will never forget. The light left his eyes, replaced by a bottomless well of hurt and betrayal. He did not shout. He did not scream. He just looked at me with a quiet sorrow that was far more potent than any anger. The silence in the room was deafening, filled only with the sound of my own pounding heart. His voice was barely a whisper when he finally spoke, asking me why, his voice trembling with unshed tears. My apologies felt hollow, insincere, even to my own ears. There was no adequate explanation, no valid excuse for the pain I had caused. The relationship crumbled under the weight of my actions, collapsing like a house of cards. There were tears, his tears, my tears, a river of regret and loss. There was the cold, hard reality of consequence, of irreversible damage. His questions were like daggers, piercing through my defenses, through my carefully constructed lies. Why me? Why us? Why now? I had no answers, no justifications, only a profound sense of shame and remorse. The trust we had painstakingly built over years was gone, evaporated into thin air. His heartbreak was a mirror reflecting my own monstrous selfishness. I watched as the man I loved fell apart before my very eyes, and I was the architect of his destruction. The anger that finally surfaced in him was a controlled fury, a deep-seated disappointment that cut me to the bone. Mark left. He packed his things silently, methodically, his movements stiff with pain. He left behind an unbearable emptiness, a vast, echoing space where our shared life used to be. David faded away too, his fleeting interest not built for consequence, not strong enough to withstand the fallout. He was a catalyst, not a solution, a momentary distraction that caused permanent damage. I was left alone with the wreckage of my choices, with the shattered pieces of my heart, and the broken fragments of my life. The emptiness was profound, a deep, aching void that swallowed me whole. I spent countless nights staring at the ceiling, replaying every moment, every lie, every betrayal. The regret was a relentless tormentor, a constant companion in my solitude. I reflected on what I did, why I did it, the selfishness, the short-sightedness, the utter disregard for another person's heart. I had chased a fleeting fantasy, a momentary thrill, and in doing so, I had destroyed something precious and real. The lessons learned were etched into my soul with the sharpest of knives. True value is not found in novelty, but in steadfast commitment, in unwavering loyalty, in genuine connection. True love requires effort, honesty, and respect. I had failed on every single count. I had been selfish, foolish, and utterly blind to the true worth of what I had the pain of having destroyed something so beautiful, so rare, so utterly irreplaceable, was a heavy burden. The lingering shadow of regret follows me still. A constant reminder of my gravest mistake. I learned that betrayal leaves scars that never truly fade. It taught me the crushing weight of a broken promise, the devastating power of a lie. I live with the consequences of my actions every single day. A silent penance for the love I so carelessly threw away. It is a lonely existence, a quiet reckoning with my own fractured self. the memory of Mark's trusting eyes. His gentle smile, his unwavering love continues to haunt me. A ghostly echo of what could have been, and what I so brutally ended